everybody, welcome to my race diary for this week. We're coming from Culham down in Oxfordshire for round 1 of the BSMA Nationals. This should have been round 2. Obviously the first round was cancelled due to bad weather at Sherwood, which should have been the middle of March. I think that round would have been. This series seems to be cursed with bad weather. I mean, I think over the years we've had quite a few bad weathers, and although it looks dry out there now, and I haven't done any qualification footage because it's kind of like riding around for survival. We're riding in the tail remnants of, I think it's Hurricane Helena this weekend. The wind is unbelievable out there. Every jump there are some fierce gusts, even down the straight, so pretty sketchy out there in qualification. I noticed the earlier blocks, they all went round on a full yellow flag for the opening lap or two, just so that riders can get used to it. The weather forecast is better for tomorrow, Sunday, so we'll just try and patch you up and see how we do for Saturday and just survive the weather. Rain's holding off, so I mean at least we haven't got that. But I say, this is, I've even ridden in the winter in Spain, and sometimes you can get pretty windy days out there, but this is pretty ferocious out there at the moment, so it's fingers crossed and just stay in one piece. Actually, in qualification I did hit Robbie's rear end of his bike. He came across a little bit on one of the downhill jumps, and the wind kind of wasn't allowing me to turn. It was blowing me more over, and I'll give the back end of his bike a bit of a clout, so that was certainly a little bit of a sketchy moment. So just finished race 1, rubbish start again as usual. Came around the second turn, started the climb. A couple of riders went down just in front of me on the second turn. Came up into the third turn, bit of a sweeper. It's gone really loose and powdery, the soil. Obviously I think the track organisers were expecting some heavy rain last night, but the winds dried it out quite a bit, so it's quite powdery. Not too sure what happened. Kind of lost the front end slightly as I went round into the berm. Put my leg down, which was a big mistake. Twisted my hip round, as you can see on the footage. That slowed me down for the first couple of laps because I couldn't hardly put any weight on my leg. Also, I'm not enjoying the wind around this track today. I'm not feeling comfortable at all. In fact, most of that race I was thinking of all the things I could have been doing other than being out there, being black, because you're taking off and you're just going all over the place. But funny enough, I did kind of like then start to get into a bit of a rhythm. My forks, I'm still suffering with my forks. We're going to be making the switch to spring forks, I think, because the air forks I just can't get on with them. Which is weird because the Honda ones, people didn't rate the Honda air forks, but I don't know, I seem to find them really harsh. We've done about millions of settings now, so that's going to be one of the next changes on the bike. So I settled into a bit of a rhythm. Pesky Kevin, he's on a fire today. So Pesky Kevin was in front of me, but I did reel him in. I think another half a lap I'd have had him. They've split the age category results now, so we're over 45s, and I was 10th and Pesky Kevin was 9th, so we've got one race to go today. Pesky Kevin, it's all down to the wire, so I am looking forward to the next one. Actually, the first one I wasn't. Wind conditions out there at the minute, still windy from my end, but outside on the track it looks like it's not as bad at the minute, so hopefully we'll be okay. Here they are. Here he is, the dirt bike rider columnist.
Just opening boxes, look.
Oh, look, he's got your goodies. And so where's the man who drives this company?
Hang on, Driller Killer.
He's finally putting it up. I think, oh yeah, he's actually going to put his own up. Ah yeah, oh yeah. Yours isn't really technically up there, is it? Yeah. You've kind of just stuck it to the window. Are they hidden well? We're currently looking for Easter eggs that Craig has put away for Easter, but I know that Aidy's already started on them. I know Aidy found some in the oil. Are there any more in the oil? I bet Craig has eaten them all.
Craig didn't know where they were. I don't know where they are. I hit them.
Oh, did you? Oh,
He only found the Easter egg, the Cadbury's cream egg, because I'd moved some of the dirt shifter.
Are they all small or are they all big?
There's a mixture of cream eggs and
Ooh,
full-size Easter eggs.
bit more of an incentive now then. Boots would always be a good place, wouldn't they? Yeah. No, this is my spot. I was here first. Oh, oh dear, blimey. Oh, sorry.
I could, of course, go straight to it and eat it myself.
Put his boot back. Who designed this shelf? I'm not touching. Oh!
They're your size, because you're mine.
Yes, yeah. Are they my sponsorship package? This is a ruse. There's no food here. Yeah. So my baby's here in the good hands of Mr. Chamberlain. He's going to factory prep it for me, so we can go for gold this weekend. I know, I'm always twisting it up for me. It's still got blue Spanish petrol in it. Ooh. Top secret race fuel here. Of the stars. Ooh! Is this the bike? Craig is... tell us all about this bike, Craig.
Full factory, Gregory Aranda, race fuel,
Ooh!
vortex ignition, pro circuit pipe,
Is this one you got for sale in here?
head. No, this one I've got test.
Oh, this is the actual the test
Yeah,
bike.
this is the test bike.
Have you got this for the year?
Yep.
Blimey. So what year is this and everything?
19. Hydraulic clutch, electric start.
Blimey.
Just waiting for the graphics to come.
So, and you can look for him in Dirt Bike Rider magazine. This will be the review that's written in crayon. Well, in race 2, I think Pesky Kevin had somebody as a ghost rider for him because he certainly was absolutely scorching it, and you finished 8th.
Really?
Yeah, and I still got 9th even though I fell off, so I'd have had it.
Well,
No, you're 8th.
I quite enjoyed that. You know, it's quite rough. It's not my cup of tea being hard pack, but
And you ride here every week, being just your local track.
I must admit, that's the 3rd time I've rode it this year, so I had a little edge on you. But the thing I'm mostly gutted about is I went to put my GoPro on.
Oh no,
and
switch it on.
On the start, you was in front of me and you pulled away a little bit, and I reeled you in and reeled you in, and I finally took you, and when I come back I was like, yeah, I'm going to watch that later, and it's not on there.
See,
So-
it's meant to be.
So tomorrow we need to do the same, and this time I'm going to put my GoPro on.
You rode really well actually, that one. I'll turn the camera off now, because I'll tell him how well he rode. So we've done a second race. I'm not so sure if the wind had slightly dropped down a little bit, because obviously we've been dealing with the remnants of a hurricane on Saturday here. felt much better out on the track. Got probably the best start I've had on a 250F. I don't know, I just aggressively got out the gate, and so straight away I was happy down into the second, third turn. Got down to the bottom part of the circuit, and I've obviously, because the wind has been drying out the track quite considerably, they'd watered quite heavily down on the bottom, and it was rock hard underneath, so that caught us out a little bit. I think there was we were all suddenly skating around a bit. Got into a nice little rhythm. I could hear somebody behind me, and it didn't sound like Kevin's bike. It sounded deeper, a bit more like a 450, so I wasn't too sure who was behind me. Anyway, he was pressurising me for ages, and then he got past me, and it was pesky Kevin, and I couldn't believe it. And then I tried to get him back up the uphill double, and then I went a little bit wide into the corner over the top of the berm into the loose stuff, so lost a bit of ground on him. Started closing down on him again. It took a lap or two, I think, to close the gap down again. Just came past race control. The track was really powdery, and it was just a silly mistake, because I went into the corner, the front end washed out, and down I went onto my shoulder. Fortunately not my bad shoulder. Got the bike up. By this time Kevin was gone, but I'm happy with the results. We had a 10th in race 1 on Saturday, 9th in and Kevin was 9th in front of me in race 1, and then I had a 9th in race 2. Kevin was 8th. I don't think, because Kevin's not a registered championship rider, so I'll probably be a bit higher up in the championship. But good battle. So we've got 2 races against pesky Kevin today. So let's see how it goes. We're also going to check out a few what's going on in the paddock as well. See some of our friends and see what they've been up to. Well, a man who's really passionate about his product and has been helping me out for years, Steve from Pro Green, and now he's at the BSMA. Steve, good weekend?
It's absolutely a really good weekend. It's a bit windy, but other than that, it's been an absolutely fantastic weekend. Today, even better than yesterday, so looking forward to it.
Of course, when you're wandering around the paddock, you'll come across the professional photographer that is Aidy Koushal. Hello, Aidy. Good weekend for you?
Sandblasted, I think is the word for it. Not so windy today, so hopefully be a better day.
Yeah, let's hope so, because it was terrible yesterday.
Can't ride on nothing, mate. Look at that. Prize winning, that is.
Race diary. What did it be with race diary? It isn't England. Who's it?
Championship eater, me.
Got a good start today. My starts suddenly have, I don't know whether I've just grown a set of big balls or something. I'm getting out of the gate a bit better. I'm feeling a bit more aggressive when I come off the gate. Going a little bit pear-shaped when I come round the first turn. Kevin and Robbie, Robbie about beaten Kevin, my pesky Kevin, my arch nemesis, both ahead of me in that one. Couldn't close the gap. Fair play to both of them. They rode really well. I tried everything I could. Had a couple of sketchy moments, but really the track prep today is on point. I know I probably moaned about it yesterday, but they had probably prepped. They'd sealed the track for the expected rain. We had the wind at the tail end of the hurricane, but obviously we didn't get the rain, so it meant the track was a little bit sketchy for us yesterday, coupled with the wind. But today the track prep's been absolutely on point. So 4th race, 1 to go. Here we go, girls. Stop your green and drop your linen. 4th race today. Great start again. I'm really pleased with my starts. I'm getting out of the gate now, which is something I haven't done on the 250F. I'm feeling a lot more confident on the gate, so getting out of the gate. Got Kevin in front of me. I think I beat Robbie this time, and fair play to Kevin, he's ridden really well. I just got nothing left in it. I chased him. I saw him the big step up before the finish. I had a very sketchy moment. I really did think I was going to go down in a big way. Not too sure, there was a little kicker on top of the ramp or something, and hit that wrong in the back end, and I slammed into the face of the landing face, and in all sorts of angles, and that slowed me down for a lap. Then I started pulling Kevin in, but by that time it was over really. He'd got it. So and I will be racing against him next week at Hawkston Park with the service, so be looking forward to that one. So I'm going to be in the gym and training because it's my turn.